Hey, welcome back. So we've done a lot of work with multiplication. Hey, welcome back. So we've done a lot of work with multiplication um, as of now. We have talked about equal groups. We've talked about just using the words blank number, groups of this number. We've talked about repeated addition, we've talked about arrays, and we've talked about the multiplication equation, or also called times equations. So today what I wanted to do was just practice representing multiplication 5 ways. So the first one is given to you, that is equal groups. Let me put the name here. Equal groups. Okay. And this is one of the ways you can show multiplication, but we've learned a lot more. Another one we used at the beginning was just our words. So I'm just going to call it the word strategy. Not very fancy, I know. And what that means is I can just say blank number, groups of this number. So if I counted the groups, I see 3 groups. And I can say 3 groups of, so you see I'm just using words, 3 groups of, and in each group I see 4. So a word strategy is just saying 3 groups of 4. If we did repeated addition, we know we're just writing the number that is repeating over and over, and I can see that the number repeating is 4. So 4 plus 4 plus 4, and I know that equals 12. So another way is repeated addition. We also learned that we can see it as an array. So I'm going to draw an array here to match what I see here. So we showed it equal groups, 4 dice, 3 groups of 4, 4 plus 4 plus 4, or 3 rows with 4 in them. It's also 3 fours. And then the last one, the multiplication equation or times equation. So would be 3 groups, just like the words, of 4 is equal to 12. I'm going to put this over here. So we have covered a lot of material, actually. And today I just want us to practice dealing with these different strategies: equal groups, words, repeated addition, arrays, and multiplication times equations. So I'm going to practice 2 more times. I'm going to take an equal group and I'm going to just flip it. I'm going to show you all the ways you can write the same thing, and then you'll have an activity at the end. So here you can see our new equal groups. I see our equal groups of 6, and we have 3 6s here. So if I just wanted to use words, I could say 3 groups of 6. Can you guys practice saying that with me? 3 groups of 6. Both of these mean the same thing. I just showed you in equal groups and I showed you in words. But that's not the only way I can show you. I know I can show you with repeated addition. 3 plus 3, oh, no, I'm sorry, 6s. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is equal to 18. So now I've shown you 3 ways for this same multiplication idea: equal groups, words, repeated addition. All of these mean the same thing. What about, oops, I don't need this, I need an array. What about just drawing an array? Can I draw 6 in 3 rows? Sure. I can. 6, 6, and 6. That's an array that shows 3 6s. Or I can just write the multiplication equation. I can say 3 times 6 equals 18. So here, guys, I just showed you that 6 can be repeated with an equal groups equation, just drawing it. Whoa, I just turned that blue. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. With words, 3 groups of 6, with repeated addition, 6 plus 6 plus 6, with an array, 3 rows of 6, or just with the times equation or multiplication equation, 3 times 6. So I'm going to practice this one time because I know this kind of looks like a lot of information all at once, but we know all this, right? We're just practicing doing it all at once. So watch me one more time. So here I see 3s. And if I count my 3s, I see 5 3s. Okay, so let's go with the first one. Words. 5 groups of 3. I love that it turned blue. It was totally by accident, but I like it. Okay. Both of these are 5 3s. So then I could just write my 3s out. 3, that's 1 3, 2, 3 3s, 4 3s, 5 3s. And if I add 5 3s together, it's 15. But that's only 3 ways. I could just draw, oops, I don't need that. I could just draw an array. Here we go. I'm going to make it pink. Why not? Okay, I'm going to just draw 3 5 times in rows. So is this 5 3s? Yes. Does this show 5 3s in my repeated addition equation? Yes. Does this show that there's 5 groups of 3? Yes. Is this 5 groups with 3? Yes. And so the last one is I could just write 5 times 3 is equal to 15. If I have 5 3s, I have 15. So we have covered a lot here, and I'm going to just go through them all one more time. We have discussed equal groups. That's drawing a picture to show the same number. We used our words, just saying how many groups of what number we see. We practice repeated addition equations. We created arrays with rows and columns to show our equal groups or repeated number. And then lastly, we practice making a multiplication, also called times, equation. So this is just the beginning of multiplication. As we are coming to the last couple weeks of second grade, this is just a takeoff start to what multiplication is. But I want you to remember that we are experts in addition and subtraction. That is what we walked out of second grade able to accomplish. But as we're going into upper elementary, into third grade, you are going to start diving into this idea of multiplication times and then build that into division. So if this feels like a lot of information, please don't be worried. You are just starting the journey of multiplication. And this is just getting our toes. We're just dipping our toes into the water and trying to see how it feels. Is it cold? Is it warm? But you will have time to practice this. If you have questions, please come to me, call me, ask your parents, but I am always here to help through talking points, messages, or even a phone call. So now it's time for you guys to practice. We've talked a lot about how you can see multiplication. Well, here's a worksheet that shows you lots of different ways of multiplication. So I'm going to just zoom in just slightly, not too much. There we go. So I got all those words. And our job is just to match these. So if I looked over here, I see 6, 6, and 6. So on this side, there should be something that shows me 6, 6, and 6. So if I look here, 3 groups of 3, no. This is 3 groups, but it's not of 3. That's not correct. Does this show me 6 3 times? I see 4, 4, 4, no. 3, 3, 3, no. So this does not show me 6. I see 2, 2, 2s, that's not 6 either. 6, 6, oh, here we go. I see 3 6s, and I see 6 plus 6 plus 6. So I'm going to draw a line. See this? I'm going to match those up. So now, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. It is your time to finish this worksheet and just practice the idea of showing multiplication in different ways. Slow down and do one at a time. Go, once we did the 6, 6, 6 one, 6 plus 6 plus 6, go to this one. It's just 2 4s. Where do you see 2 4s? And then go to the next one. So take your time thinking about all the ways we have just learned multiplication. And if you feel a little overwhelmed, go back, play the video again. Since this is a video, it means that if you're confused, you can rewind and play it. You can pause it and try to practice on your paper and then hit play on the video too. So this is, while this is a lot, you remember you have learned all these things. Just try it out. See what you know.